What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do our walkthrough of how we set up our tent for Stone Mountain Campground. This is the Coody Koala 7 tent, and this is our first time using this tent, so we're going to do it differently. So today we're going to talk about the things that we like about it and the things that we're going to change for our next camping adventure, which is at Bryson City Campground on Deep Creek. So we're going to definitely post a video on that one as well. To see the differences of how we're learning how to use this tent. So here behind us, you can see we've got kind of the front door of the tent. We have the clear plastic screens installed right now, and that's because if you look back behind us, we have a beautiful view of the campground and the lake. And so again, we're at Stone Mountain Campground. This is site 15. We've got the lake off out in the behind the tree line there. We have our boat down there. We're going to do another video that does a campsite tour. In case you ever want to come up and camp up here, you can see what Site 15 looks like. We've been really happy with it. But you can see outside, we have our kind of kitchen set up here. We definitely want to get an awning that comes across the top of the tent and then extends out kind of like an overhang porch area, because we found that if it was raining, it'd be nice to have something like that. The rain fly is on right now. We had some rain last night and we're happy we did it. It seemed to work really well. But again, you can see it's a little bit awkward because you have 3 tie-down lines coming off of the end of the tent here, and that's kind of cumbersome to walk around or walk through. The nice thing that Coody did on these tie-down lines is that they added reflective strips in the rope. So in theory, at night, if you had a headlamp and you're coming back into the tent, you wouldn't trip. You would be able to see those strings. But without further ado, let's just go inside and look at our configuration. And again, these for our when we go to bed at night, we close these flaps. They're just tied back right now, and it becomes a very private feeling. So we'll come inside, and the first thing you'll notice. Come on in. The first thing you'll notice is kind of our setup. We have no bedroom. We just made it one big room, and we removed the center divider here. So where this bug zapper is, we removed this center divider and we made it one big open room. So yeah, we have a queen size bed. That's our air mattress. It's an N-Tex queen size bed. We like this because it has the headboard, honey, if you want to zoom in towards the back. And we felt like the headboard was nice, again, because I don't know about you, but I don't like when pillows fall off the end of the bed and then they get sandwiched between the tent wall, and you're kind of always trying to find it. So we have found that we really like this bed. It's very comfortable. Now I will say, just like every bed, air mattress bed, it does deflate. And so the nice thing is with the built-in pump here, you can quickly plug it in and inflate it very quickly. You don't have to go get a separate hand pump. That being said, guys, this is very much a glamping setup. We are not we are trying to have the most comfortable setup possible. So understand that the haters might out there say that this isn't camping. You're right, this isn't camping, this is glamping, and we own that and we're okay with that. So I say that because this requires power. This requires a plug-in, right? And so over here to our left, we have our refrigerator and the cooler over there. Our AC is next to that, and then we have our fan, our towered fan, pushing air around. And so we have power, is what I'm saying, to keep this inflated and keep it nice. You can see at the top we have our lights. We really like these lights. These are all battery powered with remotes. And so we've got the bug zapper. There's a LED light in the top here, which is really cool. I'll see if I can show that to you guys. And it has different colors on it as well. And we just kind of leave the bug zapper on there, and it's carabines right at the top. The great thing about the Coody is that it has these strings up here where you can hang stuff at. It also has plenty of pockets, which is where we keep the remotes for our lights. And so these lights are dimmable. I always have trouble figuring out which one goes to which. There we go. And you can swap the light tone. So this is a warm light, white light, and then it can go to SOS mode as well, which is kind of cool. But we like it on the warm light setting, and then we can dim it down with the remote, dim, make it brighter, and then off button here. So yeah, we've been really happy with those Amazon lights, and they're in the description below. They have a magnet on the back as well, so you can magnet to your car when you're setting up at night. It's a very useful light. As you can see here, we have our skylights up, but with the rainfly on, you know, it doesn't really make too big of a difference, but we have really been enjoying the skylights. Behind us, we have the windows open, rolled all the way up, but again, that's what you see is the rainfly there. Then here's kind of our living room, open space. We have an inflatable couch. We did a separate review on this couch, and we're gonna return it. It's just not what we want in a living room furniture. On the couch is a vacuum gun from Fantic. We got this at Walmart, and this has been nice to just get up dirt here and there. And of course, you can see that we're standing on a rug. We added that. You know, campsites are rocky, they're rooty, they're dirty, so it's nice to have all the dirt get trapped in the rug before we walk into the rest of the tent, and it protects the floor of the tent as well. Here's our camp toilet, and it's funny, my girlfriend and I, or fiance and I now, she said yes, guys. It's funny, we didn't know if we would use the toilet, right? And we have, actually. It was raining this morning. We had to go to the restroom, and it's awesome. So we haven't used number 2 on it, of course, but it's great for those situations where if you don't want to get out in the rain. The campsites here are separated pretty far from the bathhouse, so you have to walk up a pretty steep hill, and it's just not convenient. So anyways, we'll leave a link in the description to that toilet, but it works well. It has good pound ratings. It's got a little holder for toilet paper, a holder for your phone, or for wet wipes, so we definitely like the toilet. We would endorse that. We would not endorse the couch. Over to the left and right of our beds, we've got our end tables with our Costco Bluetooth lanterns that just provide a really cute and nice ambiance to everything. You can change the color, you can turn them off, and they sync up really nicely together. And then below the table is a carrying bag to put your eye mask in, to put your hair clip in, a knife, lighter, just things that you want by your bedstand that has a nice carrying bag. And of course, behind that is the winter portable AC system that is ducted out to the outside there. And again, that's why we really chose this tent, was because it had built-in ductwork, plumbing, kind of all ready to go. So yeah, it's a nice crisp 70 degrees right now inside this tent, and we've got it down to 62 degrees in the hot of summer. It's May 17th right now in Atlanta, Georgia, or just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So it's doing really well. We're cold at night, and so again, we're glamping, folks. We're not camping. Over here is our kitchen setup. So we have the Mighty Sink, which has been just wonderful to have. It's been great to brush our teeth, wash dishes. We have a soap dispenser, paper towel. It has a 10-second timer. It has an on function as well. It's a 2-gallon holding tank. We have a separate review on this Mighty Sink, and we'll leave it in the link below, or in the description below. And then below that is our Camp Chef pantry. And so we have utensils, propane, butane, cutting board, knives, and an extra pocket. We're probably gonna put pots and pans in there, but that kind of sits nicely on there. We have this camp table that folds up nicely with our, dry goods, coffee station, Rummikub. We really enjoy Rummikub. And then just going back to the power, we have a surge protector down here, and we have, plenty of Type-C chargers. Everything's on a Type-C now, it seems. We have we just have power. So I think Coody did a great job making a zippered line. I'll show you, there's actually a line that the electrical cord can come into, and then you zip it closed. That prevents any kind of bugs or anything from getting in. So just a wonderful thing to have in the tent. And then last but not least, Juliana found this awesome dry rack. Again, we're swimming, we're sweating, we're hiking, and we take showers, and so it's nice to have this towel rack here, or you can hang your bathing suits on or wet socks. We have our luggage right here. There was something else I wanted to mention to the camera. What was it? Oh, the configuration, right? So I mentioned to you guys that this was the first configuration of using this tent. And so while we like it, if you see here, the edge of our bed actually intersects with the middle of the tent here. And I think if it didn't have the headboard, it would fit in there. But you know, if we want kids one day, or we want to have guests one day, if we decide to make this a 2-room type of tent, then this configuration wouldn't work. And so here's what we're gonna do. The door panels there are interchangeable. You can take that out, you can unzip it and put it here. And the reason we're thinking of what we're doing is the AC, if you see here, the AC is just ginormous. Frankly, it's too big for camping, but we love it because it's very efficient and it works well. It's also got a heater in it, so we can do 4-season camping in this tent. That being said, it is disrupting the flow, the zen of our furniture and how we want this tent to feel. So what we're gonna do is move the bedroom here and just put the glass door there. And so that way the bedroom and the AC aren't sharing a space together. And so when you move the AC, of course, you have to move that door cutout because it has the two. All right, so the one thing that we really love about this tent is how customizable it is, and mainly when it comes to the windows. So right now we have the clear plastic windows in. We don't have the mesh windows in, which is nice because it's summer camping with our AC. We want to retain as much cold air as possible. Now, of course, the efficiency rating on a tent is very low to begin with, but that's helping for sure. Now I want to talk about what we noticed something this morning, which was the air pressure in the tent. So the recommendation PSI is 6 to 8 pounds per square inch. And we blew this tent up yesterday morning at about 10 a.m. and the ambient temperature outside was probably mid 80s, maybe 70s to 80s as the sun was coming up into the sky. So I would say relatively warm air. We got 7 pounds. We put it right in the middle, 7 pounds, and the pump shut off, great, and it was awesome. And this morning we woke up after a very cold night because we put the AC down so far. We woke up, it rained, the outside air went down quite a bit, probably to low 70s, maybe even high 60s, and there was actually a sag in our tent, and I couldn't stand up all the way. I actually was like, whoa, this is noticeable enough to where in the rain I had to go out and put some more air in it. So that was just kind of odd to us. We weren't expecting that. We don't know if there is a leak right now. It seems very tight. I don't think there is a leak anywhere. Again, this is the first time using it. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on it, but that's one thing you might have to do is keep topping off. Maybe that's just part of the maintenance of a inflatable tent, is you have to keep it at a pressure setting, throughout your trip, which is fine. I do whitewater kayaking in a rubber ducky and an inflatable kayak, and at the beginning of the trip all the way down to the end, PSI changes because it hits that cold water and the air contracts and it's more squishy. So anyways, nothing to be alarmed about. We still love the tent. We're just mindful of that. Things we want to add is another area rug for that side of the tent. We have a Coleman blanket right there. That's been nice, but another area rug on that side would be helpful for sure. And you can see all the pockets for, just knick-knack paddywhacks, just always having things in its place. 192 square feet, 12 by 16 feet is an awesome size. Now, that does lead me to a thought here, is this tent is 145 pounds, and this is not for, a quick weekend getaway type of tent, or it can be, but just be prepared to use a lot of muscle, because my fiance and I both had to lift on both sides of the tent and get this thing into the truck bed when we loaded it to come out here. And then coming out, we had to use tandem strength to get it out. So it's big, it's awkward, and it's heavy. And honestly, if you're a little bit older, or if you're not as spry and fit as you once were, this is a lot of work to haul and get to a campsite. It takes up, I have a Silverado full-size pickup truck, a 5'8" bed. It takes up the entire bed. Now granted, the first time we packed it, we still had air in the tubing and we're still learning how to pack it up. And so we hope to get that more condensed, but it's a big tent and it's a lot. So just want users, people who are thinking of this tent, just want people to be mindful of that. So now I want to go outside and show you guys how we got it all staked down and tied down, because that's kind of the fun part of this. We always try to do a good job of keeping the bugs out and keeping it sealed up nicely. All the zippers feel very much commercial grade and very tight. So here's our tie downs for the rainfly, and there was not really any clear instructions on how to do the rainfly. The rainfly had these tie down strings, so I figured, okay, that's what they want us to use. So that's what we did. We have a center tie down right here. We have a corner tie down and a quarter tie down. This is all in the front. Again, this is kind of cumbersome to dodge as you're coming in and out of your tent. So if you have comments, please tell us in the comment section below. Oh, we've used a tree, or we've used a light post, or we've used something different to get the rain tie fly down, in a different spot. That would be awesome. As you come over to this side of the tent, I'll show you over here. We're kind of on a slope. Again, we have the rain fly. It comes off, and what's nice about the rain fly is that you can fold it up, and there's little tie downs on the inside of on the outside of the tent. So we can, in theory, unfold these and then roll it up and then secure it right here and have our windows back open again. Now, it rained last night. We actually still want this to kind of dry out in the wind, but that's what these little loops are for, and they're along the entire length of the tent. Here is some more tie down features. We have 1, 2, 3 tie downs on the rainfly itself, and then the window also has tie downs behind it right here. The tent does. And then I believe these corner D-rings are actually supposed to go down to the corner of the tent, but because we have the windows still out, I don't know if you can get a shot of the, oh no, we don't have the windows out on this side, it's just the other side. These windows are actually down, but yeah, because we have the tent itself staked down, that's why we had to use these screw stakes that screw into the dirt, and then I kind of got creative and helped keep that secure right there. It's not the most stable method of a stake, but it worked. If we walk over here, oh, by the way, this is like stone that we're going into here, this ground, so we had to use a pretty heavy mallet, like a steel mallet basically, to get these stakes in. Some of the stakes bent. So just something to think about when you're camping up in Stone Mountain. This side is the side that we actually extended the windows off of, so I don't know if you can get the camera in there and show them how we brought the windows off. So the windows are extended off, and then the rainfly are going over the window flaps. And then over here you'll just see we kind of just went crazy with the tie downs. So lots of multiple stakes. I love these tensioners here that Coody gives you. It allows you to easily tighten up stakes when you want to. So you just pull forward and then let go, and it gives it nice taut tension. These red tensioners here, that's super sweet. Let's see, that's a rainfly tie down. That's more tent tie downs. I recommend getting some carabiners. Carabiners have just been great to have. A cheap pack of carabiners on Amazon. We'll put a description in the video below. But just to keep that D-ring on this one here, again, we got kind of creative with the rainfly. I think we were supposed to have, the rainfly is supposed to kind of seal into the tent, but because we had these window flaps out, we kept the rainfly out. And honestly, I think it's better because it deflects the rainwater like 2 or 3 feet off of the tent rather than it guttering right down to the tent. So I kind of like that. Here's more of those stakes that I got from Walmart. They're corkscrew stakes that can be twisted into the ground. Over here, this is the back side of the tent. That's the AC intake and exhaust ports. We got those C-clamps over from Home Depot, and we C-clamped the fabric onto the exhaust and intake because we didn't want bugs to squeeze in between them. And also, if you're moving the AC around inside, you don't want it to slip off or slip in. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. And then here we have rainfly stake, and rainfly stake. And you can see how cumbersome the string is, right? This is now no longer a parking area because these stake lines are so long. And yes, you can switch out the stake lines and you can make them shorter. But ideally you have good weather, camping weather, and then you don't have to have the rainfly, and then you have a lot more usable space right here. So again, this is the back side of the tent, our bedroom side, and you know, all these flaps can go up and they can hang into these black clips right here. Coody also did a nice job of providing you a vent right here. This is actually cold air coming out of here from the bedroom, which is nice. And then I actually noticed this, honey, there's another zipper right here. So I don't know if we could add something else or if there should be something else here. But yeah, I just now noticed that. So yeah, all in all, there's like, I think there's 2, 4, 6, and then I think we've used a total of like 20 stakes, maybe 24 stakes, which is fun. I like staking it down. We have our tarp down below the tent. That's what's the tent's setting on. So yeah, so far we like the tent, and we're excited to see what Deep Creek Campground, how we're going to make changes or make edits to it. So if you have any questions or comments or tips on how we can configure better, we definitely would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.